What I wanted to kind of show you more is just how big and open this clearing is. It is a seriously large area that is open. It's beautiful when the light is good. Early morning when that sun is rising, late afternoon, you just get the most incredible views around here. You can see it stretches for quite a while, and it's basically 360 degrees from us, this incredible kind of open area. And so it makes it a really nice place, particularly for the lions, cheetah. They spend quite a lot of time milling about here. Like I said, the dogs earlier. Leopards, not so much. They typically are on the fringes, much like what we see on quarantine. Very similar situation. This is where the leopards kind of use the edgings of the clearing, but this will be more predominantly used by your predators that like to hunt in the open. And then obviously a lot of herbivores as well. So you get a lot of wildebeest here, a lot of zebra that hang around in this particular section. Buffalo, if they're in the area, they're also around. And so, it's a good place to come and check. It's always a good starting point. I remember when I used to guide at Simbambili, I would always like to come up this area, check that dam that we were at just now, because that would give you a good idea of what's been moving around. Simbambili is quite an interesting property. It's not like Djuma, that is very square. Its property is a little bit more slender, is probably a good way to put it. So I'll show you on a map what I mean. It's not the full map of Simbambili, but it will at least give you an idea of what I'm talking about with regards to how it looks. Now, I'm just pulling it up on my phone. There we go. All right. So what you'll see is that there's going to be a white block. Now that white block that you see there is Djuma. So that's what Djuma looks like. Now if we come across, you'll notice, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, you'll notice there's a green shaded kind of line that's on top here. That is Simbambili. Underneath it is Arethusa in white, but in green is Simbambili. So you see quite a narrow property, but a very long property, which means that if you check this section here, normally what you're doing is you're cross-sectioning this north-south area, and that means anything that is moving east-west, which is typically what happens on Simbambili, is you cutting that kind of line, and you can then work out if things are going eastwards or westwards, or if there's anything kind of milling about. And the focal point of this sort of eastern sector is Simbambili Dam. The property doubles in length from here going down, and then the focal point becomes the Pungwe and Manyeleti drainage lines. Unfortunately, our signal in both of those is going to be all but nothing. So it will be impossible, I think, to show you those areas. But then on the other side of that, you start to get back up towards the Ottawa boundary. Now, if we're incredibly lucky and all the stars align and there's, I don't know, some crazy amount of luck, there's a very, 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 very slight, small percentage that we could potentially see Hosanna on that boundary. It's where he is in Ottawa, but he doesn't really come this far north. He's been staying more to the south. So we'll obviously be keeping an ear out for that and checking around that area in case.